everyone, Gecko here, and I'm at the RNLI Hoylake to meet a very special type of tractor. This is a launch and recovery tractor, which means its main job is to take this huge lifeboat down the beach and launch it into the sea. These RNLI lifeboats are really important because they rescue people who are in trouble at sea. That means the tractor needs to be able to launch the boat in super quick time. This tractor doesn't have wheels. These are called caterpillar tracks. They're perfect for travelling quickly across the sandy beach and stop the tractor from getting stuck in the mud. Even the trailer's got these special caterpillar tracks. This is called a swan neck, and it's what connects the tractor to the trailer. It can go up and down when launching the boat. And look, up there is the cab. That's where the driver sits. He climbs up a ladder and hops in. Look, the amazing crew of the RNLI are launching the lifeboat right now. The tractor's pushing it out of the station and down the ramp to the beach. Wow, look at it move along the sand. It's really fast. I almost forgot to tell you. This tractor's amazing because it can go under the water. No water gets into the cab because it's totally sealed, a bit like a submarine. Look how deep it's gone. The driver lifts the swan neck, which tilts the lifeboat. Then the boat just slides off. Hooray! The crew of the RNLI are volunteers. They give up their free time to save people who are in trouble, which means they also have to do a lot of training. After the training exercise, it's time for the tractor to come back into the water and recover the lifeboat. The lifeboat's very strong, and it's designed to hit the beach at speed. This is the winch. The crew attach the rope from the winch onto the lifeboat. The swan neck tilts the trailer, and the winch pulls it on. Amazing! Wow, that's like magic. The trailer can spin the boat around in a circle so that she's facing the right way out to sea for the next rescue mission. The crew are also launching a hovercraft today. A hovercraft is an amphibious vehicle. Do you know what amphibious means? It means something that can go on land and in the water. This is Chris, and he's today's hovercraft commander.
Great to see you, Gecko. Coming into our lifeboat station.
It's amazing inside this lifeboat station. There's so many huge vehicles that are all designed to rescue people who are in trouble at sea.
Gecko, would you like to join us on a hovercraft training exercise?
Oh yes, please, Chris. To stay safe, warm and dry, the crew have to wear this safety gear. The helmet is actually called a Gecko helmet. Can you believe it? It's a real team effort to launch the hovercraft. Push, team! The hovercraft is very heavy, so a big tractor is used to tow it safely down to the beach. Then, it's all hands on deck to unclip the hovercraft from the trailer and pump up the inflatable sponsons, which help the hovercraft float on water. Then the pilot uses the engine to glide back onto the beach. Hooray! Wow, look at all of these levers and switches. It all looks very complicated. Nick is the pilot, and it's his job to fly the hovercraft. To start the engine, Nick turns this key. We can't see them, but underneath the hovercraft are 2 fans, which blow air downwards. This fills the skirt with air, making the hovercraft lift off the ground. Wowzers trousers! The big fans at the back are called the thrust propellers, and these push the hovercraft forwards. When Nick moves this lever, the rudders at the back move. It's these rudders that steer the hovercraft left and right. Nick makes the fans move faster and the hovercraft glides forwards. Woo, that is amazing! As commander of the hovercraft, it's Chris's job to check all around and give Nick instructions to help him fly the hovercraft safely. It's so fast and it's so noisy. Now I know why these Gecko helmets have microphones and headphones built into them. They allow us to talk and listen to each other. It feels like we're floating across the sand. And just like that, we're on the water. This hovercraft is amazing! It's now time for me to hop off and let the crew do their training exercise. The RNLI is a charity set up to save lives at sea. And these training exercises help the team here get ready for real-life search and rescue missions. So, to be as prepared as they possibly can be, the team practice. Today they're practicing how to rescue someone who is stuck in the mud. Playing in deep mud near the sea can be very dangerous, especially if the tide is coming in. Now that's what I call getting stuck in. Tides are the rise and fall of the levels of the sea. This is something that's happening all of the time, which means that if you're stuck in the mud on the beach, the tide might come in and surround you with water. It's very important to respect the water and make sure you check when the tide is coming in, to make sure you're safe when you're at the beach. Well done, team. Another successful training mission. Oh dear, it looks like the mechanicals haven't checked the tide times, and they're stranded on this island. It looks like there's a storm coming too. Luckily, the hovercraft is the perfect rescue vehicle. Jump aboard, mechanicals. muddy the hovercraft is. All that whizzing about in the sand and sea is dirty work. Every time the hovercraft is called into action, the RNLI crew take great care to make sure it's cleaned up and ready to be used again. Here in the nice dry lifeboat station is the perfect place for the hovercraft to sleep for the night. Thank you very much to the fabulous crew from RNLI Hoylake for allowing me to spend the day with them and their amazing hovercraft. It's been absolutely brilliant. I'll see you again soon. Bye! Hello everyone! Gecko here. What a lovely day for a walk. But woohoo! This hill's a bit steep. Mechanicals, are you okay? Whew. I'm struggling a bit too. I should really get out to the garage more and do some exercise. Hey! The mechanicals have hitched a lift. How do I get on? Hey! Wait for me!
Hi Gecko, you okay? Welcome to the Great Orme Tramway. This is the halfway station.
Halfway? You mean I'm not at the top yet? Wow! Now this is the way to travel. Put your feet up and get pulled up the mountain. This is a tram. It runs on rails and it's connected to a really strong cable which pulls it up the hill with absolutely no effort on my part. Phew! Wahey! We've reached the top. What a view! Up here, there's a cafe, a play area, and even an adventure golf course. Now, this tramway is very old. The Great Orme Tramway was built in 1902. That's over 100 years ago. It was before most people had cars to get around in, and the tramway was used to transport people and their things from the town of Llandudno below up to the mountain called the Great Orme. Let's take a closer look at how these trams work. What do you mean there's no engine? Excuse me, James. If there's no engine in the tram, how does it move up the hill?
Good question, Gecko. Well, as you know, the tram is connected to a really strong cable, and this cable is connected to a big winch at the halfway station. Would you like to see?
Ooh, yes please. This is a winch. Wow, this is amazing. This big winch is really strong, and it winds the cable in, which pulls the tram up. But that's not the only help that the tram has. The tram climbing up the hill is also connected to the tram going down the hill. An invisible force called gravity pulls the tram down the hill. Gravity is what keeps us on the ground. Oh dear, Blue. That's gravity for you. It's always pulling us towards the ground, with sometimes painful consequences, eh, Blue? What goes up must come down. Back to the trams. The weight of the tram going downhill helps to pull the other tram up the hill. That means the tram doesn't need an engine on board. Wowzers trousers! It takes real teamwork to keep the tram running. The winchman controls how fast and how slow the trams get pulled up and down the hill. But it's the driver on board the tram who gives the winchman the instructions. When the driver presses these buttons on board, a message is sent to the winchman to speed up or slow down the winch. Amazing! Whew, I'm exhausted. All of this learning has made me tired. I might have to leave my big walk until tomorrow. Thanks very much to James and everyone here at the Great Orme Tramway. It's cheerio from Gecko. Bye! Hello everyone! Gecko here. I'm here at Wigston Fire Station to meet a vehicle that's a really big deal. Hold on to your hats, because here it comes. Woohoo! That is the cutest fire engine I've ever seen. This is the mini fire engine, and it's used by the amazing firefighters here to teach children all about fire safety. This is Kane. He's a firefighter and the driver of this mini fire engine. It's got all the usual things you'd expect on board. Flashing lights, a siren, and a ladder. All in an itty-bitty teeny-tiny size. But best of all, it's got plenty of room in the back for children to have fun rides. Look at that! There's a pretend radio for making emergency calls. You can really see just how small the mini fire truck is when it's parked next to its big sister. This fire truck is big, and this one is small.
Hey Gecko, want to go for a ride?
I thought you'd never ask. Yes, please. The mini fire truck is powered by electricity. That means it's got a big battery on board that can be charged overnight. It's very easy to drive. Kane just puts his foot on the pedal and steers with the steering wheel. To turn on the flashing lights and sirens, he presses these buttons. Woohoo! We've arrived at the park. Kane, I think these children would like a ride. That's it. Get your special firefighting kit on. Jump aboard. Wow, we can fit loads of children in the back, and even one in the front, next to Kane.
We'll make sure we've got the seatbelts on.
It's very important that you're safe in any vehicle, so the first thing you should always do is put your seatbelt on. This fire engine is so small that it's allowed on roads and footpaths. This is going to be a fantastic ride. Wave hello to everyone. After the ride, Kane teaches the mini firefighters some important fire safety lessons. This one's called Stop, Drop and Roll. Fire is very dangerous, and if there's ever any fire on your clothes, you should stop, drop to the floor, cover your face, and roll around. I've loved spending the day with this amazing mini fire engine. Thanks very much to Kane and all of the team at Wigston Fire Station. For now, it's cheerio from Gecko. Bye! Hello everyone! Gecko here. I'm so excited because today we're off to visit Diggerland, which is a super duper fun place full of diggers. Now, what makes this place so great is that we get to go and play on all these amazing vehicles. There's lots and lots of different ones here to see, and they've all been turned into rides. I can't wait to have a go on them all. Ooh, look! Here's a big spinny digger. Gosh, it's making me dizzy just looking at it. Can you guess what it's called? It's Spin Dizzy. Normally, a digger's used to make big holes in the ground, but here at Diggerland, they've changed it so it can spin brave people round and round and high up into the sky. Wowzers! It looks like they're having a great time up there. It's my turn now. Wow! Phew! That was fantastic. Right then, everyone, what can we go on next? How about that ride over there? That looks very cool. It's called a sky shuttle, but I wonder what it does. Wow! It's lifting me up, up, up into the sky. The boom grows and grows, whilst the bottom of the digger is rooted firmly on the ground. I bet I can see my garage from here. We're almost 50 feet off the ground now. That's as tall as 2 houses stacked on top of each other. This is brilliant. Right, it's time to get down now. Hello? Hello? Nice to see you, mechanicals. But don't get too close there. You might end up buried in dirt. We're allowed to climb aboard these giant diggers and have fun operating them. Just jump in, belt up, and take control. Pull the joystick one way, and it lifts the boom. The other way, and it drops down. This joystick tilts the bucket on the end and scoops. lifts and dumps the soil in a big pile. Making a mess has never been so much fun. I bet Danny the Digger would love to play in here too. All this playtime's made me hungry. Time for my favourite, lime-flavoured ice cream. Lovely. I think I'll just watch this next one whilst I'm eating. See here, children can even drive skid loaders around a special track. They might not be fast, but they're lots of fun to drive. Just grab hold of the joysticks again, push forward and steer. Ha-ha! How's your driving? Don't crash! Skid loaders are normally used for all sorts of tasks on the construction site. They're known as the jack of all trades, as they can be fitted with lots of different attachments on the front for all sorts of jobs. Right, gang, I'm going on a little ride on the ground shuttle, but I think it's going to get a bit bumpy. This carriage I'm sitting in has been specially made to take people for a ride around a fun course. Wahey! Woohoo! What a ride! I had a blast on that. There's just so much to do here at Diggerland. There's a hooker duck and skittle bashing. There's tyre stacking using a loader. Whoa, don't make it tip. You can drive dumper trucks. And mini tractors. Oops, oh dear. And you can ride go-karts. A train. And mini Land Rovers. Thanks so much to everyone here at Diggerland. We had tons of fun playing on all their amazing digger rides. For now, it's cheerio from Gecko. Bye! Hello everyone, Gecko here. I've got something amazing to show you today. Cranes! Whoa! They're brilliant at taking things way up high into the sky. If you've ever seen a tall building being built, then you might have seen a crane. They're not very good at hiding. They can almost reach the clouds. And they're able to lift heavy objects onto the tops of buildings. Cranes are so cool! This is a 250-ton mobile crane. It's massive! And you see the long arm that's sticking up into the air? Well, that's called the boom. There's lots of different types of cranes, but let's see what makes this one special. Whoa! This yellow crane's got loads of wheels. Maybe as many as Larry the lorry. This means it can drive down the road to all sorts of construction sites. They're places where buildings are built. But I wonder, how does it go under bridges with that really tall boom on top? That's it, Blue. You fold it away. This is Ian, and he's the operator of this crane. The crane can move up and down, left and right, and it's all controlled from something called a cab. That's where Ian sits. He can use both of these joysticks to control the boom and the hook it has on the end. That looks like a fun job. Can you see what he's doing? By pulling the joystick in his left hand backwards, the boom is shrinking. Wowzers! The boom's made up of 7 separate pieces, which all fit neatly inside each other. A bit like a Russian doll. Look at that! The boom is all packed up. These are called the outriggers. Just like stabilizers on your bike, they stop the crane from falling over when the boom is up. To get the crane ready for driving, we need to fold the outriggers away. Ian uses this control panel to fold them up, making them disappear inside the side of the truck. Bye bye, outriggers. The outriggers were sitting on special mats, which stop the super heavy crane from cracking the floor underneath. Ian neatly packs them away at the back of the truck. Wow, that's brilliant! Now Ian can jump in the front cab and press one final button to balance the truck, ready for driving. Can you see it wobble? Look, it's rising up. And now it's ready to drive. Off we go! Ian's had the call, and we're now on our way to a construction site to help the builders.
Lift it high, lift it, lift it high, say lift it high, lift it high, lift it high, lift it high, high, high in the sky, lift it high, high, high in the sky, lift it high, lift it high, lift it high. Down on the construction site they're building everywhere, but when the building gets too high they all take extra care. Here to save the day is the massive yellow crane. It's time for the boom and hook to come and take the strain. Lift it high, lift it high, lift it high, high, high in the sky. Lift it high, high, high in the sky. Lift it high, lift it high, lift it high. Lift it high, lift it high, lift it high. Lift it, lift it high, say lift it high. Lift it high, say lift it high.
Thanks very much to Ian and all the team here at John Such Cranes. You can subscribe to my channel by tapping here. For now, it's cheerio from Gecko. Bye! Hello everyone, Gecko here, and I'm on a rescue mission. It seems Blue Mechanical's gone missing, but luckily for us, the brilliant Cheshire Police Force are going to help us find him. Police officers are very brave, and their job is to keep everyone safe and sound. This is Scott. He's a police officer, and he's going to be driving us around today in this amazing police car.
Hey Gecko, when did you last see Blue?
I haven't seen him for a few hours now. I'm really worried.
Hop in, Gecko, and we'll radio the control room to see if they've had any sightings of him.
Scott can use his police radio to talk to other officers when they're far apart. There's a whole team of people behind the scenes who are there to help Scott do his job.
Control from Hotel Tango. Have you had any sightings of Blue Mechanical? He's gone missing.
Yes, we've had a report of him. Sending you his location now. Over.
Phew! That sounds like good news. I do hope Blue is all right. Before we set off, Scott presses this button to turn the flashing lights and siren on. And away we go. The sirens and flashing lights are used to help cars all around see and hear the police coming. It's so drivers can get out of the way and let the police through. And look here, they even have a pop-up sign in the back asking drivers to slow down. Scott is a traffic officer, which means he drives around in this fantastic police car. But Scott, What exactly does a traffic officer do?
Our job on the roads as a traffic officer is to stop people doing dangerous things in their cars and their motorbikes and trying to keep people safe on the roads.
Sometimes Scott and the team have to chase naughty people or get to those who need help. So this car is really fast. And because the police are here to keep us all safe, they're even allowed to go through red traffic lights during emergencies. Look, there he is. Blue, we were so worried about you. Are you okay?
Blue, it's very important never to go off by yourself. You might get lost.
It can also be very dangerous going this close to the water without a grown-up. Remember, you can't swim, Blue.
Come on, Blue, hop in. We'll give you a lift down to the station.
Thank goodness Blue's safe. These amazing cars that helped us find Blue take a lot of looking after too. When we get back to the station, let's head round to the maintenance unit and take a look. A maintenance unit is a bit like Gecko's garage, but this one just looks after police cars. What do you think, Blue? Pretty cool, huh? Now stay out of trouble whilst I have a look around. Connor's checking the oil, and Pat is changing a tyre. It's important to keep the oil topped up in a car, as it makes things slimy and wet, but not in a horrible gooey way, as it actually helps. See, if things start to go dry, like when we have a sore throat, then lots of engine parts become damaged, and then these ace cars won't work properly. This is Tim, and he's a mechanic here at the police car maintenance unit.
Hey Gecko,
What are you doing today, Tim?
we'll check this vehicle over to make sure it's safe to drive. We'll start by doing the lights.
Right, Tim, you've got some lights out.
Okay, we better fix them. That's better.
Ouch! Blue, are you okay? To get a better look underneath the car, the mechanics can use this really strong hydraulic lift to raise it up. Hey, guys, can you drop it down a bit? I can't see.
Okay, Connor, just send the ramp down. That'll do there.
Look, underneath you can see the exhaust system, which is how the car controls lots of things, like how noisy it is and how much fuel it uses. It also carries dirty fumes from the engine towards the back of the car. And see here, these springs are called the suspension. This makes the ride along the road less bumpy for the passengers. Wow, there's just so much cool stuff hidden underneath a car. I've loved learning all about this amazing police car and the amazing work that the police do to keep us all safe. Thanks very much to Scott and all the team here at the Cheshire Police. For now, it's cheerio from Gecko. Bye!